you talk a little bit about what it's been like for you since the draft, just how crazy it's been and kind of what your routine has been?
Yeah, it's been really crazy. Everybody saw the video. It's unbelievable special moment between me and my dad. And it's just one of those things where myself, I'm somebody that's pretty hardworking and is ready to move on to the next step. So try to clear it out of my head as fast as possible and just get ready to work, get here and gain the respect of everybody inside this building, the coaches, not only my rookie class, but the upperclassmen whenever they come back and we get with them. But just letting it be known it's just not a good story that I'm coming here to work and to be able to play football.
Have you guys been driving together?
Yeah, he brought me up here on my first day. So we drove from Austin up here. He dropped me off at the hotel, and it was a pretty cool experience. We talked about a lot of things on the way up here.
What would you say is the best piece of advice that he's given you throughout the draft process?
Just continue to be myself. We understood that coming into this next level, it's going to be a challenge. Going from high school to college was a challenge. Going to the is going to be a challenge as well. But understand just putting your head down, going to work, doing everything that you can to be successful is all you can do. And for myself, I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Do you, because of your size you talked about before, do you look for moments? Do you see other players looking at you to see what does this guy have, and do you take those moments into account and respond to them in any way? Or
Absolutely.
Is it your
It's always been like that. Even coming into high school as a 130-pound freshman, now I got moved up to varsity, and all the varsity guys come looking at me like, what's this guy bring to the table? He's a smaller guy. It's just things that not necessarily put into like the back of my pocket, but it's more of like a chip thing. You get to college, and guys kind of start to question and doubt your abilities and what you can do because of your size, and it just adds to the chip on my shoulder. And it's why I'm the hardest working guy that you'll ever meet.
Deuce, I'm sure you've heard this a lot with Darren Sproles.
Yes, sir.
Is that fair?
Absolutely, I think so. Just because I got to meet Darren my sophomore year at Kansas State, and he's been somebody that's been in my corner ever since. So anytime I can be, just in the same sentence with Darren Sproles, a guy that played 15 years in this league and is top 5 in all-purpose yards in this league at my size, that's unbelievable. I text him almost every single day to try and pick his brain and understand it. And going into this rookie camp and going into OTAs, what can I do to kind of give myself an edge?
What did he tell you that you didn't already know or hear from your dad?
For him, just because that having, like I said, that chip on my shoulder, coming in and not wavering any confidence because you may be the smallest guy in the locker room. You may be the guy that whenever you're walking with your rookie class, they're head and shoulders above you. But not having any of your confidence waver, understanding that you are here for a reason and to go to work and do everything you can to show everybody inside this building what you can do.
Have you watched tape of him, and if you have, beyond just the size, what similarities in your game if you see it?
I have. I watched a lot of tape on Darren Sproles throughout college, and now they've gotten to this level. But his versatility, being able to catch the ball at the backfield, being able to return punts, return kicks, run inside and outside, almost being like a Swiss Army knife for his team, was the biggest thing that I got from him. The toughness. When you're at this size, you're at 5'6", you have to be tough. You're in there with some of the biggest guys in the world. You have to be tough. You have to have that mental toughness to play an 18-week season, and then beyond then if you're a really good football team. That's the things that I gathered from just watching his tape, some things I try to emulate.
Deuce, what was it like to work out with Micah?
How'd that all come that was really cool. I came back into town, into Austin, and it was kind of in between that 2-week period before the draft that I met Micah, and there were a lot more guys in there as well. But I'm from Austin, and the collective was a great spot to train at. And I didn't know that Micah or anybody was there, but it was big time. Just being able to pick his brain about his success early on in this league and how he's become a superstar so quickly, what went into that. And he has some great tips for me and a lot of the guys, the young guys that were working out in there, and to be able to work out with him and see the way that you have to prepare to be successful in this league was huge.
We saw the social media posts. People talk about your change of direction. What do you think is change of direction?
No, it's freakish. Just working out with him for those 2 weeks, 3 weeks, freakish. A guy that big shouldn't be moving like that. I'm glad he's on my team, and it was great to see. Just for the mere fact of, that's what the type of guys in this league are like, and it was cool to be able to compete against him and work out with him and gain that knowledge that he has.
Was it a competition? Were you guys trying to?
Yeah, we probably got 15 reps in. That was a change of direction day, yeah. And me, him, and Jamar were just great competition. And those are two guys that if you're competing, those are who you want to be up against. And it was really cool, so yes, sir.
Was it number 22 ever offered, or what?
Honestly, I didn't even go there. I mean, Emmett Smith, I don't know if I can ever ask for the 22 because, that's the all-time leading rusher in the National Football League, and the things that he did in that number in this building on that field, for me, I'm gonna blaze my own path.
Everybody's made a big deal out of your height forever, I'm sure. But at some point, I'm sure you're like, you got over it.
Yes, sir.
When was that? You're like, okay, let's move on to something.
I'd say after my freshman year in college, I had a really good season. I just understood that the way that I prepared, the way that I went about my business throughout the week, Monday through Friday to get to Saturday, that trumped everything. Being able to go onto the football field and have the most knowledge on the football field, being able to go and watch countless hours of film, and just understanding that there's a recipe to success. And 5'5", 5'6", 180 pounds. For myself, being able to put myself in a successful situation whenever it's time to go and play football, that's what I've been doing ever since.
Any encounters with Marvin Overshown in the college ranks, and did any of that good-natured banter perhaps come into the locker room yet at this point?
Not a whole bunch. I've been playing against Demarion for 3 years now. Unbelievable athlete, unbelievable player. It was one of those things where we had kind of talked a lot of the times throughout college about what if we were teammates. And whenever I saw his name come off the board on that draft day, and then I was drafted to the Cowboys, it was one of those things that clicked automatically. I was like, I'm with Demo, man, which is really, really cool.
People always focus on the disadvantage of your height.
Right.
What are the advantages when you're in the backfield?
For myself, I feel like over time I've kind of been able to kind of come into one with my body, understanding how to use my leverage, how to use leverage not only in the open field but in blocking on the rise, being able to hide behind O-linemen, using those guys to my advantage, being this small. It's almost like you're trying to find a small guy in between the trees in a sense. And it's one of those things, just being able to displace myself and use the O-linemen to my advantage because those guys, when you get to be behind them, everything like that, you can let them eat. It's one of the things that really helps out whenever you're running behind there. So just gain some little things over the time that I played this game, and hopefully be able to help some more.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.